futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Well, hello, it is Friday at 5. You've made it through another work week, and the weekend is here with probably some heat on the way. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lawpon, and welcome in to Mississippi Live Weather at 5 on this Friday, where we have had a few thunderstorms, and we'll likely see a couple more of those over the next couple of days. And by the way, if you think, as we're tracking this in the Room to Room Weather Center, what storms, I think that's most of us. So we will say storms for some, and maybe that should say a few, but I think the quantity of those will increase going into the forecast next few days. We badly need some rainfall. The drought continues to expand, and it's going to take something significant. I don't know that any of this is drought busting, but we just need some, and we'll look at where that's most likely. Mugginess is going to build the heat over the next few days, and that means heat advisories become more likely by really the latter part of the weekend and the first part of next week. And we are on the move this evening. A couple of events where we're actually going to be live over the next 24 hours. We'd love to come and see you there. You can meet and greet a little bit, and we're also going to introduce the newest official member of the Mississippi Live Weather team come up here in just a couple of minutes. This evening, though, our hour forecast has a very limited chance for a couple of showers. We're only about 10% at 6 p.m. on just some very widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. 78 by 9, 75 as we look toward midnight, and down into the lower 70s as we progress later on into this evening and tonight under what should be, again, a mix of clear skies and cloud cover. And mainly clear out in Greenville right now. That feels like temperature coming in 102 degrees, so it is obviously fairly hot and sticky. Maybe not as sticky in some spots as where we were yesterday at this time, but certainly dealing with, again, those fairly high heat indices. And as we check out around the region, those clouds a little bit larger when we go out to Aberdeen. Also feels like 100 degrees, so still pretty sticky out there as we use our camera with North Mississippi storm chasers kind of looking back in a northeasterly direction. You'll notice if I kind of step out of the way here, no showers officially there in Monroe County, looking at the radar site in Monroe County, and that's because the radar site down there in Monroe County is down. We do have some showers about to cross the Mississippi-Alabama state line pretty much as we speak there. Let's come in a little closer on this batch. And as we put it in the motion for you, you'll notice that these are not terribly strong and not a ton of lightning strikes out of these. Gabe will give us a track. These are kind of drifting south and east. Speed is maybe about 10 miles per hour. So again, it is not a particularly swift mover, as has been the case recently. I mean, come on, at that speed there, these would have to hold together all the way to Fulton. I mean, we'd be looking there getting closer to Turon at about 5:43 there, and getting closer to the Fulton area generally around 6 o'clock. But in the nearer term here, we're Oakland now, Eastman at 5:05, Pine Springs about 5:12, and Tremont we show at about 5:12, Academy about 5:14 at this point. So again, just some moderate rainfall out a couple of those showers there. The more significant rainfall has been actually back up to the north and west, where we've had some spots up there closer to Senatobia. Estimations over the last 6 hours of around 2.5 inches of rainfall. And this is largely because of a batch of showers and thunderstorms that briefly prompted a severe thunderstorm warning up closer to the Memphis area. Now, we still do show some of these showers and thunderstorms at this instant. Let's make this a 3-hour loop here. And you can see briefly did have that severe thunderstorm warning up there for Benton and northern Marshall County. It didn't last long. Have not had any reports of severe weather. Want to double check that. We have not had any reports of severe weather out of that, right? No damage, anything like that. Thankfully, these kind of summertime storms, as they collapse, sometimes they kick out some stronger wind gusts, and that was kind of where we found ourselves with this one. A shorter loop, 1 hour loop, showing where those storms are the heaviest at this moment. Again, the loop over that time period. Gabe's also going to give us another track here from close to Senatobia back out toward around the Oakland area, back around the Oxford area, and dragging that toward the south and east. This batch here, yeah, 17, 18 miles per hour. So I'll step out of the way for a moment so we can show some of those locations. We're looking at Cypress Corner at about 519 there. Como at 524, getting closer to Pine Valley at 533, Sardis by close to about 540 or so, in Water Valley 542. Again, a lot of lightning out of this. We show 1,000 strikes over the course of the last 30 minutes or so out of this, and that's a pretty hefty number of strikes as those kind of work their way toward the south and east. You can see some of that rain cool there has also helped to produce a couple of these thunderstorms north of Charleston, but again, these are all below severe limits at this moment. Check out some of our cameras there. Again, we're looking at a few other shots here. A lot of dark gray showing up on our camera there in Oxford. 77 current update with some of that rain cool there trying to move in. Feels like temperature about the same. So it has dropped temperatures. That has been an improvement with, again, showers pretty close to overhead, but those are obviously not terribly strong in comparison to what we've had in a few other locations this afternoon. And that wind direction now toward the south-southeast, again, outflow from that. But ahead of that, 100 degrees in Cleveland, and you can see those thunderstorms there in the distance as they continue to kind of roll toward the south and west. Again, it's kind of a weird direction from the north-northeast back to the southwest. A couple of strong wind gusts possible, but as you can see, again, I have Cleveland on the map here. We still have a ways before that would get to you. I mean, we're looking, as this map stops here for a second, you might have to give me that measuring tool there, Gabe, from Cleveland, and drag that back up there close to Charleston. And we show that's, I mean, obviously going to take a little bit of time before that's the case. We'll go ahead and jump off of that if we could, and we'll go to the next graphic here. So again, on kind of the wider shot, we continue to show, again, that was earlier where we had the severe thunderstorm warning up there closer to locations up near the Tennessee state line. And in on the wider shot here, high pressure still largely the story across the region, though again, weakening a bit more, and that's allowing our rain chances to come up day by day, just little bit by little bit. So as we look at Futurecast here, that batch of storms that we do have still is about the only one that Futurecast is grabbing a hold of to kind of stick around as we go into the evening. Still showing a few of those around. While it shows Water Valley, Oxford, I think it's a little behind. Probably going to be running slightly faster out here closer to Clarksdale and Greenwood once we get closer to that 7:30 time period. Again, with some of these probably still holding together even through that time. And then as we head beyond that later into the overnight hours, most of these all falling apart by around 10 p.m. or so and continuing to kind of clear things on out as we head 1:32, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll pull off that little area where we telestrated for a moment. Yeah, just partly cloudy skies out there for most of the overnight hours. It'll probably take till tomorrow afternoon before we break out a few additional showers and thunderstorms. So looking at your hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow, we're dry initially, 72, your 6 a.m. temperature. We're 80 degrees by 9 a.m., 87 as we head toward around noontime, and then 92, 3 p.m., and 88 as we head toward around 6, with, again, rain chances late tomorrow, a possibility that we are watching. This evening, speaking of late this evening, I'm going to be introducing a pretty well-known local band here at Romery's Grocery in Tupelo, the Spunk Monkeys at 8:45. We're going to be out there just talking to people, saying hi. Maybe all three of us out there doing that this evening. Gabe, myself, and someone who we'll introduce here in just a second. Then I'll be at the Tupelo Farmers Market tomorrow morning at the Farmers Depot to ring the bell at 8 a.m. to get things started. So we'd love to see you at either of those spots as we continue to go out and about in the community. But I do want to bring in our Caleb Edelblut, the third member now officially of the Mississippi Live Weather Team. Caleb, thank you so much for joining us here.
Yes, sir.
Excited to have you on board.
Yes, sir. No, I'm looking forward to it. Been incredibly blessed to be a part of this and just watching it grow and learn behind the scenes.
Well, and you've heard us mention Caleb multiple times. He's been a very important factor on kind of learning and getting things working behind here. So tell folks at home a little bit about yourself.
From Starkville, born and raised there, go to Mississippi State. I'll be entering my senior year this year, graduating in May of 26. But yeah, big family guy, love hanging out with friends and family, and I've just love Mississippi. So born and raised here.
And just a quality young man, and we're excited, from Starkville originally, and a lot of folks come through that Mississippi State program. We've had some amazing ones, including the man sitting over there in the chair. But that have been outside the area, and so it's always nice to have somebody who's from this area that kind of values what we have, and so really excited to bring you on board and have you a part of this. Hopefully for a lot of years to come. So as we look here in about 60 seconds, and I'll go ahead and toss it over to Gabe here in a minute. We're going to be looking ahead at those rain chances for the weekend and the heat that's building. I didn't even mention this. You're going to be seeing Caleb on the weekends here on Mississippi Live Weather in the evenings at 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock for those live broadcasts. So we hope you'll join him then. We hope you'll join us here in 60 seconds looking at that weekend forecast and when those heat advisories could return as Mississippi Live Weather at 5 continues right after this.
For more than 100 years, First Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
At Room to Room, did you know our specialty is custom ordered upholstery? Get the furniture you want in the fabric and color selection you want. With our free design service, we won't let you make a mistake.
Dijimos que nunca romperíamos la regla de los 3 segundos. Nunca haríamos esto. Y nunca nos convertiríamos en una mamá con minivan. Como padres decimos nunca sobre muchas cosas, pero los nunca a veces suceden. Así que, aunque digas que nunca dejarías a tu hijo en un auto caliente, es algo que puede suceder. Antes de alejarte del auto, siempre para, mira, cierra.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
So an exciting time here at Mississippi Live Weather as the team expands, and that's better coverage for you here in North Mississippi. So we are honored to have Caleb on board and just excited for what this means for Mississippi Live Weather going forward. Now, we've been talking about showers across the northwest section of the state, but let's jump all the way northwest to Montana. Jess submitting this picture, a great shot of those blue skies, some of those mountaintops. I mean, definitely wish we had that weather. One, because it's drier, but also because it's cooler. And I wish we could get some of those temperatures down here. But hey, we'll take what we can get. It's been a beautiful forecast all week long, but a big thank you to Jess. Yes, it's Mississippi Live Weather, but we can make it national live weather with your Weather Watcher pictures. So please, if you go out and about, even if you're not in Mississippi, send those pictures in and we will be more than happy to air them. Looking outside right now, Adenton showcasing those blue skies and a few of those clouds starting to build just a bit. It's 88 degrees right now. No showers expected there in Oktibbeha County, but could get a few trying to develop on the outskirts of that one in Lamar County, Alabama. That's starting to move a bit more there towards Monroe. Edinburgh coming in with 88 degrees, feels like 93, and that's been the primary story for us today, has been those heat indices making those temperatures climb and making it feel that much warmer as we head out the door. One last camera just around the area, Rolling Fork showcasing those beautiful blue skies as well, but feeling like 104 degrees. Is it hot enough for you? Well, this is about average for this time of year to put it into perspective. So hopefully you enjoyed that cooler air, and hopefully you're enjoying some of that rain-cooled air towards Lafayette County, Marshall County, and even all the way towards DeSoto County. I do want to say that flash flood warning still in effect until 6:45 this evening for northern DeSoto County. We'll have a look there here at Mississippi Live Weather at 6. That's kind of showcasing those flash flood threats. But with rainfall totals of 2-3 inches over the past couple of hours, well, that can do all the damage that needs to be done. So hopefully folks are staying safe out there. The turnaround, don't drown, definitely something we need to apply whenever we're talking about flash flood conditions. But talking about how lucky we are with some of these rain chances, look across the entire eastern United States. You might see there's one area of real prominent moisture, and that's right there in Memphis and northwest Mississippi. So we are in need of rainfall. We're also in need of rainfall in this general area because of that latest drought monitor. So rainfall happening exactly where we want it to, and that's going to hopefully put a dent on that drought monitor, but we definitely need more of the rainfall to come. 78 degrees towards Senatobia, 76 Holly Springs, and 77 Oxford. We talked about that rain-cooled air. Well, it can definitely have some benefits. Elsewhere, we're talking about upper 80s down around Golden Triangle, low to mid 90s further out there towards the Delta, 94 Greenville, 96 towards Belzona. But those feels like values, we're talking about right around the triple digits for a lot of locations out west. So rain-cooled air, definitely a blessing in disguise. You can see those showers still lingering around that same general area, Panola, Lafayette County by 7, pushing southwest and not going to be too much more long-lived. That outflow boundary that was kind of the initiator with a lot of these cells pushing out ahead of those showers and storms, so not going to see that increase in strength. It's going to either sustain before it then just starts to diminish. So we're not seeing heightened rain chances. If anything, it's what we have and then a little bit less as time goes on. So by 10 p.m., yes, a few light showers lingering around that same general area, but overall we have that drier forecast in place for the large part of North Mississippi. Any evening plans may have, even going out towards Tupelo tonight to come see us over as Matt introduces, right? Over at Romy's?
Romy's, yeah.
Romy's, okay. Yeah, so come see us over at Romy's. It'll be a dry forecast and perfect to enjoy some live music and just getting to say hey to us. We love saying hey and being a part of the community, as we could not do any of this without you. Saturday morning, those showers do try to initiate once again. The positioning on this, definitely something we're going to keep an eye on as we head overnight, because those morning showers not really doing the best job at that with some of our models. So we'll walk through the latest and kind of pinpoint that exact accuracy, but we have a mostly dry forecast for our Saturday. Low 70s across the region, so that mild start to the day, yes, it will still be sticking around, but like I said, that is around average for this time of year. Futurecast for our Saturday morning remains on the drier side, that little bit of showers. I really think it'll stay out there towards eastern sections of Arkansas. West Mississippi, kind of a stretch, so it's definitely possible, but not very likely, and we'll see as those model runs really start to come in by 10 p.m. this evening. That southeasterly wind blowing in some of that moisture, so that's why we still have that hot and muggy forecast, but should be a plentiful amount of sunshine all day long. All the more reason to get outside and enjoy it. As we head further into the late morning and early afternoon, a little bit of that cloud cover does try to move in. Similar to today, it's going to be those cotton ball-like clouds up in the sky, those cumulus clouds that we see, and that's really going to be the main threat for our sky coverage. Late afternoon, we could see a few of those denser clouds move across Columbus, Louisville, and Macon. That's going to be some of those stratus clouds that blanket the sky, so that could set the scene for a few of those isolated showers moving in by our Saturday evening. Should I say late afternoon, early evening, a few of those, some heavy downpours as well. You see that one there towards Lamar County. So definitely possible with a few of those isolated showers, but not overly high on the rain chances. Once again, we're talking 10, maybe even 20% as our peak coverage. Saturday temperatures are going to be low to mid 90s once again, so definitely having that hot forecast stick around. Heat indices, triple digits along the Mississippi River, so it is still going to be hot. It is still going to be muggy. That southeasterly wind definitely not doing any favors for our temperature forecast. Saturday night stays on the drier side, but also will allow those temperatures to cool off, so we'll be enjoying any Saturday night plans with some great conditions for that. And Sunday morning as we commute to church should be a great forecast for that as well, with just those a little bit of partly cloudy skies. This model likes to build that cloud cover by the afternoon. We are going to see those breaks in the clouds, so still getting a fair amount of sunshine, but rain chances, they will be on the climb just a bit. We're talking 20, maybe even 30% coverage out there in the Mississippi Delta by 3. That's the primary threat for a lot of those showers to form before all those chances really dissolve on out by 8, 9, and 10 o'clock. So a drier forecast for the most part, but definitely seeing at least a heightened chance of rainfall. And if Sunday's not enough for you, well, Monday we'll see even higher chances of rainfall. Walking through that here in just a moment. High temperatures, upper 80s, low 90s further east of I-55. Out west, we're talking low to mid 90s with feels like values around that triple digit mark once again. So rain cool there, it will be a blessing, cooling us off just that much. But the normal high, 93 degrees. You might notice that we're staying right around average for the next several days until we get towards Thursday and Friday of next week, and those temperatures start that warming trend. Will it also be a mugginess trend, getting even muggier towards Thursday and Friday with some of those values coming back towards 105. So we talk about how summer is not officially over. Well, it'll try to wrap back around in that forecast for the latter part of next week. But your weekend looks phenomenal. 92 degrees for Saturday, 92 by Sunday. Seasonable temperatures for this time of year, but isolated showers are possible, primarily for our Sunday, but even 1 or 2 popping up for our Saturday afternoon forecast. That 7-day forecast, we talk about heightened chances of rainfall by Monday. We have 30 on Monday, 40 for Tuesday and Wednesday. Those chances definitely trying to stick around, and a few rumbles of thunder expected with a few of those showers and storms. So make sure to have that rain gear ready. If you don't use it tonight, well, you'll definitely use it by early to mid part of next week. We'll be walking through that rain chance forecast in much more detail coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6. And if you want all the ways to tune into the stream, well, you can download the Mississippi Live Weather app, scan the QR code on your screen, walks you to the nearest app store, whether that's iOS or Android, and gives you the latest and greatest in weather technology here at Mississippi Live Weather. We thank you so much for joining us tonight at 5. We'll see you back here at 6 for more on that forecast and more on the hopeful rain chances moving forward.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.